Well, as the war between Israel and Hamas continues unabated, Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has told Parliament that difficult days await as the swearing in of his new war cabinet. Now, there are now indications that Israel may be preparing to enter the Gaza Strip, and with that in mind, the IDF has called for residents of Gaza City to evacuate. This is news that's just coming in, that we are learning right now, that the IDF, that is the Israel Defense Forces, have called for citizens to evacuate the Gaza Strip. Now, what we are given to understand is that this comes as there is risk, essentially, of the fact, indication of the fact that that Israel may be preparing to enter the Gaza Strip. The Gaza Strip's humanitarian crisis, of course, has also deepened with warnings that people are at risk of starvation as Israel has maintained a siege and bombarded targets in response to the Hamas's terror attacks that have killed about 1,300 people in Israel. Now, the IDF has said that overnight it has struck targets inside the Gaza Strip. It has been able to strike at a Hamas situation room which monitored and traced Air Force activity. As part of the strike, we're told 2 terror operatives were also targeted. Now, even as this happens, of course, we're given to understand that the IDF has asked for people to start evacuating the Gaza City. This is an indication, perhaps, that the thousands of troops that are being amassed by Israel on its border with Gaza may now be readying for an offensive.
I'll continue to read. Hamas terrorists are hiding in Gaza City, inside tunnels, underneath houses, and inside buildings populated with innocent Gazan civilians. Civilians of Gaza City, evacuate south for your own safety and the safety of your families, and distance yourself from Hamas terrorists who are using you as human shields. And the last paragraph, in the following days, the IDF will continue to operate with significant force in Gaza City and will make extensive efforts to to avoid harming civilians. That's the message that we issued a few hours ago to Gazan civilians, and the aim here is to minimize the damage to civilians. There are significant combat operations ongoing, and we are preparing for future and the continuance of our combat operations, and out of an understanding that there are civilians here whom are not our enemy and we do not want to target them, we are asking them to evacuate so that we will be able to continue to strike military targets belonging to Hamas in the Gaza Strip.
All right, so the IDF spokesperson over there making it be extremely clear that there are preparations on for essentially the land troops to enter Gaza, saying that we will continue to strike across the Gaza Strip with significant force, and ideally we would not like civilian casualties. We request civilians to start moving out. They've asked them to move towards the Gaza River, is what we are learning right now. Thousands of troops, of course, from the Israeli military are now situated at the border opening with Gaza, and we are given to understand that the Israeli war cabinet may give the signal any time for these troops to enter the Gaza Strip. Now, all of this, of course, is happening as there are rapid developments across the world also to ask for a humanitarian corridor to be established.